What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flex, and I'm back here with another video. And let me stop this video before they copyright my stuff. What's up, y'all? I don't usually do this, but just to give y'all a little thesis statement before y'all hear me ramble for the next 10.5 minutes or so, or however long this video is, I'm just gonna say, because I rambled a lot, that people might miss the point of the video or why I think he was hired, and they might try to tell me, Flex, oh, this is why he was hired. This is why I think he was hired. Let me know why y'all think he was, but this is why I think he was hired. This is just the thesis of the whole video I'm about to ramble on. I think he was hired just as a veteran presence because Jim Caldwell's health or whatever, and he wasn't that veteran presence. We had a whole bunch of young people out there just kind of thrown in the fire. I think he's a guy with experience, and that's what we needed, a guy with experience to really help. Because when I look at his statistics and his numbers as an offensive coordinator, nothing pops out as like, oh, he's a must-have kind of offensive coordinator. I don't know. That's just me, but I think, man, he's just going to bring a veteran leadership, or, you know what I'm saying, just somebody you kind of lean on that kind of knows the ropes a little bit. But, yeah, that's why I think we got him. I was just making sure that's clear. Now, watch the video, hit the like. Okay, I'm back here with another video, and the Miami Dolphins throw us for a loop, and they don't get Jim Caldwell. They don't promote the quarterback coach. They don't, try to get LSU's coach. They bring out I don't even know how to say, Chan Gailey from retirement. Now, honestly, guys, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I ain't know who this was before today, okay? I did a lot of research before I made this video. I ain't know he used to coach for us. I was 5 years old in 2000. 2001 I was 5, in 2000 I was 4, and I was barely 4 because I was born in December. So I wasn't supposed to, I ain't know, okay? I ain't know who this was, okay? But it turns out he used to coach for us. He used to be offensive coordinator, and he was offensive coordinator the last time we ever won a playoff game, which was in 2000. And the last 2 seasons he spent with us, we did make the playoffs both seasons. That was 2000 and 2001. Now, that sounds good, and it is a good thing. However, I think it's important to put a little bit of context around the NFL in 2000 versus the NFL now, okay? And what he has done since. So, first of all, I think people don't understand how long ago 2000 was. So just to put this in perspective, in the year 2000, Ja Rule was on the Billboard charts, okay? So was Destiny's Child, okay? The Grinch That Stole Christmas came out 20 days before we won our playoff game. Seriously, The Grinch That Stole Christmas had just came out. Jay-Z hadn't even dropped the blueprint yet. That didn't come till 2001. The Rush Hour 2 wasn't even out. For real. It's crazy, okay? Tiger Woods hadn't got caught with the girl in the car, nothing like that. Like, bro, it was a different time. I'm just like, the iPhone wasn't made till 2007. That ain't when we ain't made it. I just wanted to get y'all into y'all head how long ago 2000 was forever ago. I think the Beatles was on the bill. Listen, it was a long time ago. Damn near 20 years. In fact, we played the playoff game in 2000 on December 30th. So that means it's been exactly 19 years and 1 day since we won a playoff game. But anyways, to say that, I'm gonna say this. So as y'all can tell, it was different times back then, okay? Back then, the NFL was also a lot different. You guys know that. If you guys are older fans, maybe you younger fans, I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna break it down to y'all, like I learned. Back then, teams was running a lot more. In fact, when the Dolphins made the playoffs those 2 years, we ran the ball amongst the most in the league. We had the most. We were top 5 in attempts both years. In the league, in one of the years, we were number 1, right? According to NFL.com. So basically, we ran the ball a lot with Chan Gailey when he was offensive coordinator originally. We scored 21 points a game one game, and then one season, and then 20 points a game the next season, right? Made the playoffs both seasons. Now, needless to say, that is not the case in these times and ages, okay? This year, you scored 20 points a game. We scored 21 points a game. We were top 10 in the league in points. These days, you score 20 points a game, you're in the bottom feeders. You're not scoring 20 points a game and winning in this league. The only team that made the playoffs that scored less than 20 points a game was the damn Bills, or that scored around 20 points a game was the damn Bills, and they not finna win. All right, all the try-hard, all the really good teams out here, they scoring 30, 35, 25 points a game. So, needless to say, I don't give a damn what he did in 2000, okay? So I know a lot of people might comment and say, oh, well, he made the playoffs, so he's a great offensive coordinator, but that was in 2000, okay? Times have changed. You don't score 20 points a game. We ran the ball a lot and played good defense, and we won games. We made the playoffs. That ain't really how the NFL work today. You play good defense, but motherfuckers airing and out. You got Patrick Mahomes doing 360 no-look passes. You got Lamar Jackson hurling teams. It's not the same, okay? It's that Vinny Testaverde or whoever just handing the ball off and getting out the way to Edgerrin James. It's not the same no more, okay? You got these special talents. You got like I said, you got Patrick Mahomes. You got Deshaun Watson doing front flips and like, bro, it's out here, bro. You got hella talent out here. It's too many points going up on the board right now to just be sitting there running the ball every play. But anyways, that's why I don't really care about what he did with us in the past. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to know that, but I'm more focused on what he's going to do for the future. Now, this did throw me for a loop, ain't gonna lie. He has been an offensive coordinator for 5 years since 2000, okay? It was 2 years with the Dolphins, which I just explained to y'all that we ran the ball a lot, we made the playoffs. Then he became offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs after he was a college coach for a while at Georgia Tech, which they didn't win a bowl game when he was a college coach. I'm only really talking about when he was offensive coordinator, however, because that's what he's going to be for the Dolphins. So, he was offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. They actually passed the ball a lot, but they ended up going 2-14 with him as offensive coordinator. And although they passed the ball a lot and didn't run the ball much, they had one of the worst passing teams in the league, right? Although they were like in top 10 in attempts per game, they were bottom. They were at the bottom half of the league in completion percentage. They were at the bottom of the league in yards per completion. They were at the bottom of the league, and no, they were at the bottom of the league in a lot of passing categories. So they weren't a good passing team, even though they were passing. So my main concern is, can he pass? You know what I'm saying? Can Chan Gailey, as the older coach that he is, can he adapt to today's game? Now, he was also a coach for the 2015 New York Jets, and that's when he had his best season as offensive coordinator, because that season they threw over 30 touchdown passes, less than 20 interceptions. They were amongst the least sacked team in the league. They only gave up like 22 sacks that season, which was second least in the league. That was his best season as an offensive coordinator, right? So that's the season that gives you hope. But then in that following season, in 2016 Jets, they did poorly, and it was much like his Kansas City year where they passed the ball. However, they just weren't a good passing team. And in 2015, they were in the middle of the road. He's never had like a really great passing team, but in 2015, they had a good offense, you know, overall. But in 2016, the offense sucked. They threw 16 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, and they went like had a negative record and just didn't make the playoffs. And after that, he retired. And that's not to say he can't be a good offensive coordinator. I'm just telling you what I've seen based off of the stats, okay? And based off his wins and everything he's had, you know what I'm saying? The 2 Dolphins winning seasons, which I don't think you can play like that today in today's NFL. You got, it's too much points being put on the board for you to be running the ball every play. And he had a losing season with the Kansas City Chiefs and a losing season with the Jets, and then he had a winning season. So basically, he's 3-2 on winning and losing seasons. So who knows, man? Like I said, I don't really question the stuff that the Dolphins do at this point because I have trust in them. You know, if this was some engaged with the pick, I would have been on this heavier, but I don't really question the stuff they do. I'm just giving y'all some statistics of what I've noticed of this coach. I don't get the pick really, but you know what I'm saying? I trust the process. You know what I'm saying? I do. I really trust the process. Also, Chan Gailey has worked with Fitzpatrick before, so Fitzpatrick must like him. I couldn't imagine they didn't talk to Fitzpatrick about him. Fitzpatrick probably said good, positive things about him. And yeah, so, Brian Flores felt like he maybe needed a veteran. As far as his scheme goes, they say he runs a lot of spread, four wide receiver set. So it'll be Albert Wilson, Devontae Parker, maybe Isaiah Ford, Preston Williams. You know what I'm saying? He runs a lot of 4. They all build on the field at the same time. They say he ran a lot of that heavily, like 80% of the time in his time with the Jets. And that's what's important to focus on, was his time with the Jets, because that's his recent time, rather than focus on his previous time with the Dolphins 20 years ago. So he ran a lot of spread, and they say he's been unfriendly to the tight ends because, you know, when you run a lot of receivers, then you just take the tight end off the field. But with Mike Gesicki, with his build, he kind of like a receiver. So I don't see that affecting him. Maybe Durham Smythe will be affected, but I don't see Mike Gesicki because he's built like a receiver. And like he's not a traditional tight end. He basically is a receiver, a hybrid, you know, a kind of guy. So, like I said, you gotta just think this is gonna work out because of, the Dolphins haven't really messed up so far. So I think this is gonna work out. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this hire. But this is why it's a key for me to always say I don't know everything, because this is something that nobody really expected. Everybody could have assumed that it was about Jim Caldwell. Everybody could have assumed it was about something else or something else. And that's why I always say, man, listen, if you go to my video, I say these are my theories. But I always stress that when I'm talking about what I think, because I don't want to go out and spread like I know everything or like I have inside sources. So, but when I don't, and really a lot of people don't, but they act like they do. And I didn't want to go out there and act like I had inside sources, say, oh yeah, we're hiring Jim Caldwell just because that was the most likely, or oh, we're doing it because we're promoting the quarterback coach, even though that was likely too. I never wanted to go act like that, because you know what I'm saying? I would look really dumb today if I would have just told y'all all that stuff and it just didn't come into fruition. So, Gailey, new offensive coordinator. Let me know what you guys think. He's had some rough couple of seasons, you know what I'm saying, since leaving the Dolphins the first time, but the coach staff hasn't done wrong so far. And I still see positive things for the Miami Dolphins in this offense. And if he does up, okay, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to get fired quick as could be, and somebody's getting promoted. So I ain't even worried about it. Get in the comment section, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Roll to 9K away. It's your boy K Flexing. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.